Here's a question a lot of you carry quietly. Why do I feel lazy even though I care so much? Short answer, you're probably not lazy at all. You're unfocused. You're trying to hold 10 things in your head, so nothing gets the full effort. And that feels like failing. Today, I will show you how to create that scattered feeling for focus, standards, and a steady execution. I have built multiple companies and I have sat across hundreds of founders. The ones who go far are almost never the ones talented in the room. They are the ones that are the most focused. They do a few things well for a long period of time. That is a whole secret, and it's boring and it works. And I say this with love because I have felt lazy too. I've had days where I stared at my list and did nothing, and then hated myself for it. So I'm not lecturing you from some perfect place. I'm telling you what I learned the hard way. The problem was never that I did not care enough. The problem was that I was pointing my care in 10 directions all at once. Once I fixed that gear lifted and the work started moving. My promise for this episode, by the end of this video, you will understand why you feel stuck and you will have a simple way to get unstuck. That has nothing to do with hyping yourself up. One line to hold on to. Focus is not doing more. Focus is doing less on purpose again and again. Let me walk you through it. Lazy is the wrong word. Let's clear something up. Most people who call themselves lazy are just exhausted, not lazy. Truly, lazy people do not feel guilty. You feel guilty, that guilt tells me that you care. So the problem is not effort. The problem is that your effort is spread too thin. And let me name something else that hides under the word lazy. Sometimes it's called fear. You avoid the one hard task, the pitch you must finish, the customer call that you dread. So you fill the day with easy little tasks that feels like work but are only hiding. That is not laziness either. That is fear wearing the costume of busy. Notice which task you keep pushing to tomorrow. That is usually the one that matters the most. The thing you avoid is the thing you must do. Think about it. You have your startup, a side income, family duties, 10 open browsers, tabs in your mind, and a phone buzzing all day. Your brain is holding too many open tabs. An open loop is any task you started or worried about but did not finish. 10 open loops feels heavier than one hard task. That heaviness feels like laziness. It is not. It is overload. So step 1 is a reframe. Stop asking, why am I so lazy? Start asking, what am I trying to do all at once? Different questions. Much better answer. Let me paint the picture because you will recognize yourself. It is 9 in the morning. You open your phone to check one thing. 40 messages. You answer 3. Remember a phone task. Open your email. See a problem. Worry about money. Think about the pitch you have not finished and get a call from a family member. It is now noon. You have been busy for 3 hours and you move nothing forward. You feel exhausted and behind. Then at night, you tell yourself, I'm so lazy. You were not lazy. You were pulled apart. There's a difference, and it changes everything once you see it. Say this line to yourself. You are not lazy. You are unfocused. Write it where you can see it. Next, focus is subtraction, not addition. Here's where most people advise get it backward. People try to add a new app, add a morning routine, add more hours, but focus is not something you add. Focus is what is left after you remove. Picture your energy as one bucket of water. Every priority is a cup you pour into it. If you pour into 10 cups, each one gets a splash. If you pour into 1 or 2, they fill up. Nobody drinks from a cup with a splash in it. The founders who win pour into very few cups. They pick one thing that matters the most this quarter and they protect it. So do this. Write down everything you try to move forward right now. Then be honest and circle the one thing that, if it went well, will matter more than all the others. That is your top priority. Everything else drops below it. Not deleted, just below it. Every extra priority you keep at the top steals fuel from the one that matters the most. Let me warn you about the trap here, because it is sneaking. When you list everything out, most of your tasks will look important. They all feel urgent. That is exactly why people stay scattered, because everything seems to deserve a top spot. But you have to be ruthless. Ask the harder question. If I could only move one of these forward for the next 90 days, which one would change my company the most? There is always one. It is usually the one that scares you a little, because it is the true work. Pick that one. Let the comfortable, easy task wait. This is hard because saying no feels like loss, but saying yes to everything is a true loss. It is the reason you feel scattered. Let me give you the founder version of this. I meet founders who are building the product and also doing 3 side gigs and also chasing 2 other business ideas and also learning to code and also running events. They are proud of how busy they are, but busy is not the goal. Progress is the goal, and progress needs one thing to get the most of you. So I tell them, for the next 90 days, what is the one thing that, if it moves, will matter more than everything else combined? Then I say, protect that and let the rest wait. It stinks, but 3 months later, they have moved further than they did all year. Here's the line. Every extra priority steals you from your top one. You do not rise to your goals, you fall to your focus. Next, control your inputs. Now, let us talk about what goes into your head all day, because it decides how you feel and how you work. I call these inputs. Inputs are the messages, videos, notifications, and conversations that flow into your attention. Most of us drink from a fire hose of inputs. Endless scrolling, constant notification, 20 group chats. Each one is small, but together they chop your attention into tiny pieces. And focus needs long, unbroken blocks of time. You cannot do your deepest work in 90-second gaps between notifications. So protect blocks of quiet focus time. Every 90 minutes with your phone in another room will do more than a whole distracted day. During that block, you work on your one top priority and nothing else. No emails, no chat. That deep, uninterrupted work is where the true progress happens. The kind that actually moves a company. Let me tell you why the phone in another room matters so much. Because willpower is not the answer. If your phone is on the desk, part of your mind is always listening for it. Even face down, even silent, a piece of you is waiting. That waiting is a task on your focus, and you pay it all day without noticing. The fix is not to resist the phone. The fix is to remove it, so there's nothing to resist. Put it in another room. Close the door. Now your whole mind is on the work, because there's nothing else in the room to pull it away. And be careful what you feed your mind. If your inputs are all other people's highlight reels, you will feel behind. Choose fewer inputs and better ones. Think about what happens after an hour of scrolling. You see a founder who just raised money, another who just launched, another on a stage. You did not move your own work forward, and now you feel small on top of it. That is a double loss. The scroll took your time and your confidence, so guard the door of your attention like it matters, because it does. What goes in shapes what comes out. And here's a simple test for any input. After I consume this, do I feel clearer and more ready to work, or foggy and behind? Keep the first kind, cut the second kind. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Spend it like it is. Next, standards beat motivation. Here's the truth about motivation. It comes and goes. Some days you feel fired up. Most days you do not. If you only walk when motivated, you will walk about a third of the time. That is not enough to build anything. So stop chasing motivation, build standards instead. A standard is a line you do not drop below, no matter how you feel. For example, I ship something every day. I reply to customers within a day. I do my 90 minutes of focus work before I open my phone. These are not moods, they are standards. Even on bad days, standards are how discipline actually works. Discipline is not gritting your teeth, it is deciding once in advance so you do not have to decide again every morning when you're tired. When the standard is set, you just follow it. That saves your willpower for the true problems. And your standard spreads. If you hold a high standard, your team feels it and matches it. If you let it sleep, they sleep too. In a startup, the founder standard becomes the company standard. So set it high and hold it. Let me be practical about how to build one. Do not set 10 standards. You will drop them all. Set one. For example, before I touch my phone in the morning, I do 90 minutes on my priority. That's it. Hold that single standard for 2 weeks until it feels normal. Then add a second one. Standards stack slowly. People fail because they try to change their whole life on a Monday. Change one thing, hold it, then add. That is how discipline actually gets built. Quietly, one line at a time. Here's a line to keep. Your standard, not your mood, decides what gets done. Motivation is a guess. Standard lives in the house. Next, small, boring, and repeatable. Let me be honest about what execution looks like day to day. It is not dramatic. It is small, boring actions repeated for a long period of time. The founder who sends 5 good customer messages every single day beats the one who sends 50 in a burst and then vanish for 2 weeks. Steady beats spiky. The result looks sudden from the outside, but inside it was just the same few things done over and over, long after excitement wore off. So make your day small and more repeatable. Pick 2 or 3 actions that truly move your top priority. Do them daily. Protect your focus blocks. Hold your standard. Cut the noise. That's it. It is not exciting. It is not a secret. It is just what works. Let me give you the founder picture one more time. Picture 2 founders. Founders starting the same week. One goes hard for 3 days, posts about the grind, then burns out and disappears for 2 weeks. The other does 3 quiet, boring actions every single day and tells no one. Comes back in a year. The quiet, boring one has a company. The loud, spiky one has a story about a company. Steady beats spiky every time, and give it time. Focus compounds a little each day, protected and repeated, because something big later. Most people quit right before that turn. So do not quit right before the turn. The boring middle is where the winners are made. One line again. Focus is not doing more. Focus is doing less on purpose again and again. You are probably not lazy. You are overloaded with open loops. Focus is subtraction. So pick one top priority and drop the rest below it. Control your input and protect long blocks of quiet focus time. Build standards instead of chasing motivation, because standards hold on the bad days. And accept that execution is small, boring actions repeated until they compound. If you do one thing today, pick your single top priority and protect 90 minutes for it. Phone in another room. If this hits home, you are exactly who I make this for. Keep it simple, keep it steady. Subscribe for more practical breakdowns like this, because next I answer a question I get constantly. How do you start a tech startup with no money and no coding skills? What is your one top priority this week or this quarter? Write it in one line, and it becomes more true once you say it out loud. Until next time, I hope you have a good day.